Hello everyone and welcome back. This is Doc Padama, and this time we are going to discuss the research instrument used for quantitative and qualitative research. So before we go on to our discussion, please subscribe to my YouTube channel at Doc Padama and click that notification bell to alert you when a new video has been uploaded just like this one. And if you have already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please click the like button for this particular video. So going on to our discussion, there are varied types of research instruments that you can use, and these instruments make sure that they are aligned and relevant to the research that you are conducting. So there are different types of research method. You have quantitative and qualitative research, and for these different types of researches, your instrument should follow the type of method or research method that you are using. So if you're using quantitative research, the instrument that you should use should fall under the classification of this type of research method. It's the same with qualitative. There are also different types of instruments that you can use for qualitative research. Okay, in general, the definition of research instrument is a tool used to collect and gather data. The main goal and objective of an instrument is used to collect and gather data. What particular data? Data relevant, related to the study, the research that you are conducting. So a good research instrument should have the following characteristics. It should be validated and it should be reliable. So validation and reliability of the instrument is important, and we are going to relate validation and reliability on the next part of this discussion. So validation will determine the relevance of the content. If you're doing content validation, the relevance of the content and the appropriateness of the content of your instrument to the research that you are conducting. Is the content, or are the contents of your instrument relevant, related to, and will answer the main objective of your research? That remains to be validated. Okay, and specifically that is called content validation. Aside from content validation, there are also other types of validation or classifications of validations that you can use. So these are done by experts. Usually in the graduate school, we require them to have at least 3 experts validating their instrument under content validation. Now, reliability is the consistency of the instrument. So if your instrument or if your research will be computed or used, your instrument will be used in other researches, the consistency in terms of the output or result of your instrument should be present. Okay, so there's no discrepancy with regard to the first result and the second result if somebody would try to double check the result of your the result or the output of your instrument. So this is what we call validation, the difference between validation and reliability. But most of the time, specifically in our institution, we focus on the validation of the instrument. Now, general classifications of research instruments are the following. The general classifications of research instrument are the following. So you have number 1 and number 2 and number 3. So you often hear the term standardized instrument, and then you have the researcher-made instrument, and then you have, I don't know if you're familiar with the third one, modified standardized instrument. So let's start with the first one. When we talk about standardized instrument, this is a tool used to gather or collect data that has already been used in other studies or other researches created by that particular writer or researcher. So again, a standardized instrument has already been utilized in other studies. Therefore, this particular instrument has already been validated. Okay? Again, a standardized instrument has already been used in other studies. Therefore, it is already validated. Now, you found out that this particular instrument, this standardized instrument, while browsing and looking online, is the same. It has the same domain, the same element as the study that you are conducting, and you want to use this instrument. Is it possible? The answer is yes. You can use the same instrument, but there are ethical considerations and procedures that you need to follow for you to be able to use this instrument. And the first one is to ask permission from the owner. You get your permission, from the owner to use the instrument in your study. And usually, these researchers, when asked permission, usually give they agree that you can use their instrument in your study. And some of them may not reply or respond to your request. Usually what we do, there was a case during a defense wherein the author of the instrument did not reply to the email, to the request. The panel decided that just as long as you have done due process and due diligence in asking permission, then the instrument was accepted by the panel to be used. Okay, so again, these are the sample situations that may occur during the use of this standardized instrument. So that's number one. No need for validation. No need for validation when you use what we call a standardized instrument. Now, the second one is what we call the researcher-made instrument. Literally, according to the title of this particular instrument, this is an instrument created by the researcher, since if you did your due diligence and you were not able to look for similar instrument online, relevant, related to the research that you are conducting, then there is no choice but for the researcher to make their own instrument. In this particular instrument, the researcher now needs to conduct validation. The researcher needs to conduct validation. And if it is required by the institution, you also need, if they require you to conduct reliability tests, then by all means, you have to go through reliability test for your instrument. But usually, for researcher-made instrument, validation is required. Okay, then the next one is modified standardized instrument. So if you found an instrument, a standardized instrument that somewhat in other parts matches the study that you are conducting, but there are other parts that you need to modify in order to align the instrument to the study that you are conducting, you need to modify that particular part. So the standardized instrument will now undergo specific changes or minimal changes on other parts of the instrument. And again, the procedure or the process for this is, number one, is to again ask permission from the owner. And then you inform the owner of the standardized instrument that there will be modifications. Okay? And then you give details of these modifications. Okay, and then after that, you wait for the approval of the owner of the instrument. And then if that has already been approved and you've already implemented the modification, this particular instrument now would have to undergo validation. Since it is not pure standardized instrument or unadulterated instrument that was used in a previous study, then you have to go through the validation process again for this modified standardized instrument. So again, these are usually the general classifications of research instrument: standardized instrument, researcher-made instrument, and modified standardized instrument. And the process and procedure that you need to do when you are utilizing these types of instruments. Now, Going to the different types of instruments used for quantitative and qualitative. So research instruments used for qualitative research are the following. Qualitative research. Okay, so this is a type of study wherein you gather data in the form of narratives. So narratives refer to processes, story, procedures taken from the respondents. So how do you collect them? Number one, you can use observation, you can use recording, and you can use your senses in order to gather data. And then what you have observed, you have to write it down yourself. So you will be the one narrating what you have already observed. So that is observation. Interview, we are very much familiar with interview. So this is usually done through phone or face-to-face. And then right now, you can also do this online using the video conferencing applications, whether Google Meeting or FaceTime or other video conferencing applications other than what has already been mentioned. So interview is throwing questions individually on a person that you are classify as a respondent to your study, and then writing down that particular response of the respondent, okay, or the person that you are interviewing. Okay, the next one is focus group discussion. Focus group discussion is somewhat a type of interview but conducted on a bigger number. So instead of individually interviewing, focus group discussion gathers a group of people and then throwing the question to the group and then gathering their responses within that particular time. Okay, so that is what we call a focus group discussion, or FGD. Okay, so usually they use the acronym FGD for focus group discussion. And then the other one is document analysis. So document analysis are also known as artifact analysis. So what is available in terms of references, or that will serve as your source of data that is already printed, or as I've said, an artifact, an object that has been left behind that will serve as a clue for you to be able to gather data. You can gather your data by writing your observation on that particular artifact. Document analysis on a particular, literally a document that has been left behind, and then you try to go through that document and try to write the narrative of what you have observed on that particular document. So that is what we call document analysis. Okay, the next one, on the next type of research method, which is quantitative research, what common instruments you usually use on this particular method? So you have survey, questionnaire, checklist, and test used for experimental research. Survey, or usually they combine it with questionnaire. Survey, questionnaire is the most common type of research instrument. So this is where tables and scales are included in the instrument in order to measure their responses. So when we talk about quantitative earlier, I mentioned in qualitative, this is more on data in the form of narratives. Now, when we talk about quantitative research, this is more on data on the form of measurable values. So it uses numeric values, it uses scales, and it uses tables. And in order to analyze all of this, you use statistical tools. Okay, so again, survey questionnaires utilizes these tables, scales, wherein you are required to check or tick at least one, and then after that they would be able to measure your responses. So these are survey questionnaires. Checklist is a simpler form wherein there is a question presented and there are options that you can tick at the bottom. So instead of the table form, Likert form, wherein there are certain numbers that you can use in order to identify your response, checklist is a more direct to the point. So checklist usually is used for ranking, ordering, type of research that you are conducting. So again, test, okay, this is number 4. Test refers to or is used for experimental research. So if you are conducting an experimental research which tests a particular strategy, a strategy in teaching, so you would present what we call a pre-test and post-test in order to measure the learning gains of your respondents. Okay, so again, these are the types of instruments used for qualitative and quantitative, and again, these are the general classifications of these instruments that you can use. So again, this is where we end our discussion regarding research instruments for quantitative and qualitative research. I hope this would be able to help you in writing your research paper. And again, on the left side of your screen towards the end of this discussion, you will be seeing recommended videos that can help you in writing your other parts or the other parts of your research from chapters 1 to chapter 5. And again, please do click the subscribe button for my YouTube channel and click that notification bell. And if you have already subscribed, please click like for this particular video. Thank you very much, everyone. Stay safe, God bless, and keep learning. See you on our next video. Goodbye.